So this is just a quick video documenting my CTS wagon, what should have been a V but was not born that way. And so where do I start? I bought this from Copart, sight unseen. It was a theft recovery. As a matter of fact, this is the original ignition column, ignition cylinder rather. And this is the immobilizer. The immobilizer was still intact, but instead of just replacing the key cylinder and getting it keyed and all that, I tried to go about it that way. Had an automotive locksmith come out. He didn't know what he was doing. So I went on eBay and I ordered a ignition cylinder. Came with the ignition cylinder, the new ignition cylinder. Came with the new keys that matched. This is from a car that was parted out. That's an extra keypad that I bought. And here's the old ignition lock here. But in any event, I changed that out, and then I had to program the key to the car. I've changed out the gauge cluster for a V cluster. The only difference between the two is the V cluster has the boost gauge there versus oil pressure. It had the wheel with the wood at the top, which is up there. Took that wheel out, took the plastic covers off, and I've wrapped these in carbon fibers, not real carbon, but looks pretty good. And then I did the same thing for the radio, get rid of the gray. Didn't want to do piano black. I didn't want to front like it was a V. It is not a V. And I will not put V badges on it. It still retains the leather perforated seats and not the suede seats. I did purchase a carbon fiber V-style hood, and I also have the V wheels. I also have in this box here get to without doing any boxes. Down in there, I have the 6-piston V calipers for the front. We also have the rotors, matching rotors, 2-piece rotors for the front. These are the rears. They're getting a little surface rust from sitting out. And this is a 401 cubic inch LS. CNC ported heads, and CTS V blower. I have a 6L90, and I'm going back and forth right now debating on what converter I'm going to put in here. I also still have to purchase the V rear diff. I don't care about the mag ride suspension. This was initially an all-wheel drive car. There is the rear-wheel drive K-member sitting over there that I gotta swap out. And like I said, I purchased this car. I have the V-style front bumper cover that I purchased new. Here's the grill for it. So this will be more or less a tribute car when I'm done. It'll have everything that a V has, with the exception of the mag ride, which I plan on doing coilovers anyway. I know a lot of guys, when they get ready to replace the V suspension, when the mag ride goes out, a lot of guys, they go to coilovers anyway. So I think I'm going to do BC coilovers. Maybe later on down the line bag it. But for now, we'll do coilovers. And I have, over here. They're sitting on top of an engine over there, but brand new full exhaust from speed engineering, 2-inch primaries into 3-inch collectors all the way out the back. And I think I'm going to do cutouts, and I may tie into, I may have Magnifold mufflers that I run. For now, it has the stock V6 exhaust, but that'll be coming off. And yeah, so I do have to pull the motor out. I did get it running. The motor does run. Sounds pretty good, pretty healthy. It has 122,000 miles on the engine. Here is the original cluster that came out. And like I said, that's the only difference. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it has oil PSI up to 100 PSI. I'm getting a code on the cluster telling me to program it. This cluster reads 107, and the car actually has 122. So it's like 15 less than what the body has on it. But I don't really ever plan on selling the car. So that's just useless information. And like I said, I have the front calipers here and the rear calipers, the 4-piston rear calipers over here. So basically, I'm building a V for a fraction of the cost of V-Wagon, for the fraction of the cost. I did debadge it. I'll show you guys what I'm doing right here with these badges. That one is going to go on the grill, the large one. And then that's actual V rack and pinion. I ordered that and had that shipped here. And I do have to, once taking off the Cadillac emblem here, it left some holes, so I need to get that repaired before I install this emblem on the rear. I debadged the CTS4 and the Cadillac emblem there, not putting those back. And then on the door, where you normally would have a CTSV emblem, I'm gonna just do the Cadillac emblem and just keep it clean like that. But just a little bit of what's going on with this bad boy here. And then we got this over here. Picked up a G8 that's sitting outside, but it'll be getting a either 6.0. This is a 6-liter here that I need to build. Not sure if I want to put that in there yet. I had a motor at the machine. I have a motor at the machine shop that I'm getting built, a 408. They're just doing the machine work. I was going to assemble it and put it in. These turbos here are just like VS Racing cast 62, 66s. These adapters here are from AGP. Twin turbo setup coming off the stock manifolds. TR6060 out of a 2011 Camaro. And matching rear diff, 345 gear out of a 2011 Camaro. So that's all going in the G8. Twin turbo, it'll make a lot more power than this. This is pulleyed up, has a big cubic inch LS or a decent cubic inch LS going into the wagon. And I do have a smaller pulley on the supercharger and a large one on the crank, but it is a very, very mild cam, sleeper or like daily driver status. The G8, on the other hand, will be a little bit more aggressive. And again, this is the crossover here. So I got a couple builds going on. That's just the two that I hope to get done over this winter, is the wagon and the G8. I may end up selling the G8. Like I said, the wagon, I really don't plan on ever getting rid of the wagon. So that's what I've been up to lately. And I'll try to keep you guys updated on what's going on in Ken's garage. Talk to you soon.